Do you sometimes feel worried or unsure about changes in your personal life as you get older? In this video, we talk openly and kindly about the important subject of men's sexual health, giving you key facts and helpful tips to keep a happy and strong relationship. Whether you're past 50 or care about someone who is, knowing about these changes matters a lot for your health and feelings. Stay with us to learn about good solutions and expert help that can guide you through this challenge and make your life better. If you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you do and turn on notifications so you won't miss our videos. Your support really helps me, and if you like this video, you can help me keep sharing important lessons by giving it a thumbs up and sharing it. If you find this video topic helpful, please write 1 in the comments. If not, write 0 so I know how to make better videos for you. Now let's start. We're going to talk about a very important topic that many people don't understand well. This is something that affects many men as they age, and we should talk about it with care and kindness. I'm not just talking about body changes, but also how they affect your feelings and mind. That's why we'll use carefully studied information from trusted doctors and mental health experts, making sure we have solid, science-based knowledge. Let's begin with something that people often don't say out loud. Being close with someone in all its beauty doesn't have to go away as years pass. Actually, with the right approach, it can stay as rich, satisfying, and meaningful as always. Getting older can bring a deep sense of connection with your partner, the kind that comes from shared experiences and stronger emotional bonds. It's closeness that can get stronger over time if we take care of it. But we must also accept that as we age, our bodies naturally change. Some changes are easy to see while others might be hidden, like the slow challenges that many men face with their ability to get erections. Problems with erections, called ED, is one of those things that can sneak up on you as you get older. But it's very important to say this. It's not something to feel embarrassed or ashamed about. It happens much more often than many people think. The facts tell us that about 50% of men over age 50 will have some trouble getting or keeping an erection. Think about that for a moment. Half of all men. That means if you're facing these problems, you're definitely not alone. Yet our society tends to keep this issue quiet, making many men feel alone and ashamed, when really it's a completely normal part of getting older. This doesn't reflect your manhood or your value as a partner. It's simply one of the many ways our bodies change as we grow older. But I want to be clear, it's not a death sentence for your love life. It's not the end of closeness, passion, or connection. Instead, it's a sign that your body is changing, and like all changes, it can be handled with the right understanding, tools, and care. This isn't something to hide from. Rather, it's a chance to approach closeness with more knowledge and understanding, both for yourself and your partner. Many men feel burdened by this challenge, but I'm here to tell you there is hope. The path to overcoming these difficulties starts with understanding what's happening inside your body. At its heart, getting erections depends heavily on blood flow. Getting and keeping an erection is a complex process that relies on healthy, unrestricted blood flow to the penis. As we age, however, our arteries tend to lose their flexibility, and often they become narrower due to buildup of plaque. This can make it harder for blood to flow as freely as it once did, affecting your ability to get and keep an erection. But this isn't just about aging. There are specific health problems that can greatly impact your blood vessels and, as a result, your ability to get erections. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons helpful, please write 1 below to let me know you're still here with me. For example, high blood pressure is a major factor. Studies show that men with high blood pressure are up to 70% more likely to develop erection problems than those with normal blood pressure. That's a shocking number, but one that makes sense when we think about how important good blood flow is to this process. Similarly, diabetes, another condition that becomes more common with age, has a big impact. Men with diabetes are twice as likely to have erection problems compared to men without this condition. The reason is that diabetes can damage the blood vessels and nerves that are crucial for getting an erection. It's a double problem that affects both your physical and emotional well-being. And let's not forget about cholesterol. High cholesterol can lead to hardening and narrowing of your arteries, making blood flow even more complicated. It's not just the occasional burger catching up to you. It's years of lifestyle habits that begin to show up in these ways. But here's the thing. Knowing these risks is the first step toward taking action. Understanding the root causes of ED gives you the power to do something about it, and that's incredibly freeing. It means you don't have to just accept it as your fate. Beyond the physical, there's also the emotional toll that ED can take. For many men, these changes can be hard to talk about, even with their partners. It's common to feel frustrated, embarrassed, or even a sense of loss. You might wonder if your partner still finds you attractive or if closeness will ever be the same again. But here's the truth. Being close is about so much more than physical performance. It's about connection, closeness, and the ability to share yourself with someone you love. Your worth as a partner isn't defined by your ability to keep an erection. It's defined by your heart, your compassion, and your willingness to connect emotionally with your partner. If there's one thing I want to emphasize above all, it's this. You are not alone in this journey. Millions of men experience the same struggles, and there are countless resources available to help. Whether it's lifestyle changes, medical treatments, or simply opening up a conversation with your partner, there are ways to manage erection problems and continue enjoying a fulfilling, passionate love life. Getting older doesn't mean the end of your closeness. In fact, in many ways, it can deepen your connection with your partner, allowing you to explore new forms of closeness that go beyond the physical. So let's approach this with courage, empathy, and the understanding that with the right care, closeness can remain a vibrant, meaningful part of our lives no matter how many candles are on the birthday cake. You deserve to continue experiencing love, connection, and passion, and that's something no number or diagnosis can ever take away from you. Another important factor in sexual health, particularly for men as they age, is the role that hormones play, especially testosterone. Testosterone, often called the male hormone, is essential for many aspects of male sexual function, from keeping desire alive to responding to sexual feelings. Over the years, however, it's natural for testosterone levels to drop. But here's the catch. Not all men experience this drop in the same way. For some, the decrease in testosterone is small and doesn't affect their sexual function much. For others, however, the impact is more serious. They may notice a big decrease in sexual desire, or what's often called low libido, and sometimes they may find it harder to respond to sexual feelings the way they once did. What's important to remember here is that sexual desire isn't purely physical. Yes, testosterone plays a key role, but it's not the whole picture. Sexuality is deeply connected with our psychological and emotional state. So when testosterone levels drop, it's not just the physical aspect of closeness that might change. It's the emotional and psychological parts too. You might feel less motivated to start intimate moments not because of a lack of attraction, but because of the complex interaction between body and mind. This is a natural part of aging, and it's so important to approach it with compassion for yourself and your partner. And then there's the often overlooked psychological part of erection problems. This is where conditions like stress, anxiety, and depression can cast a shadow over closeness. One of the most common psychological hurdles men face is performance anxiety. That constant worrying fear of not measuring up, of not being able to perform when the moment comes. This kind of anxiety can turn into a mental trap that's hard to escape. The more a man worries about failing during intimate moments, the more likely it is that his anxiety will take over, causing exactly the result he fears. Sadly, this creates a vicious cycle. Anxiety leads to performance issues, which leads to more anxiety, and so on. Society's expectations only add fuel to this fire. There's a deeply rooted but wrong belief that closeness always needs a firm erection for it to be meaningful or fulfilling. This is a harmful misconception that puts unnecessary pressure not only on men, but also on their partners. The truth is that closeness goes far beyond physical performance. It's about connection, vulnerability, and being present with your partner. Sometimes we need to pause and rethink what closeness means. It's not about perfection or living up to some unrealistic standard set by media or social norms. It's about being there for each other emotionally and physically in ways that build closeness and mutual understanding. Now here's the good news. There are solutions, and not just medical ones. there are lifestyle changes and therapeutic approaches that have been shown to make a real difference. Let's start with the basics. Your lifestyle. It's no secret that regular exercise and a balanced diet can work wonders for overall health, and sexual health is no exception. Simple activities like walking, swimming, or practicing yoga can greatly improve blood flow, which is crucial for keeping erection function. But the benefits go beyond the physical. Exercise also helps to reduce stress levels, boosting mental health, which is just as important for closeness as physical health. Diet plays an equally important role. Adding more fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats like those found in olive oil to your meals can help keep your arteries clean and your heart strong. And remember, erection function is all about blood flow, so keeping those arteries open and healthy is key. Quitting smoking and reducing alcohol consumption are other critical steps. Smoking in particular can cause long-term damage to blood vessels, restricting the flow of blood to intimate areas and making it harder to achieve and maintain an erection. And while it might be tempting to relax with a few drinks, alcohol can interfere with sexual function, particularly when consumed too much. Moderation is key here. Beyond lifestyle changes, it's also important to address the emotional and psychological aspects of closeness. Therapy, whether individual or couples therapy, can be incredibly helpful in breaking the cycle of anxiety, stress, or depression that might be contributing to dysfunction. Having an open dialogue with your partner about these challenges is essential. There's nothing more powerful than being vulnerable with the person you love, sharing your fears and working through them together. This can relieve the pressure to perform and replace it with a sense of mutual understanding and support. It's time we embrace a healthier, more compassionate view of aging and closeness. Your worth is not defined by your ability to achieve an erection. Closeness is about so much more than that. It's about the emotional connection, the small moments of closeness, and the deep bond you share with your partner. And while physical performance might change with age, the ability to love, connect, and share intimate moments never fades. That's the beauty of human connection. We're not robots programmed to perform. We're complex beings capable of love in all its forms. When it comes to medical treatments for erection problems, there are several options available, but it's important to approach them with a clear understanding of what they can and cannot do. 1. Of the most well-known treatments is the use of medications designed to improve blood flow to the genital area. These medications, often referred to as PDE5 inhibitors, can be highly effective for many men. But it's crucial to understand that they are not a magical cure. They help support the natural process of achieving an erection by increasing blood flow, but they don't address all the underlying causes of erection problems, particularly if the issue stems from psychological or hormonal factors. It's also vital to remember that these medications must be prescribed by a doctor, and they should be taken with care. While they can help restore confidence and support physical closeness, they are not without their risks. Common side effects can include headaches, dizziness, or digestive issues, and for some men, the risks might outweigh the benefits. This is particularly true for men with certain heart conditions or those who are taking blood pressure medications, as these drugs can interact in ways that may be harmful. Not every man is an ideal candidate for these treatments, and that's okay. There are other paths to explore, but this is one of the many reasons why working closely with a healthcare provider is essential. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please write 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Another potential option is hormone therapy, which is particularly relevant for men whose testosterone levels are significantly low. Testosterone isn't just a hormone related to sexual desire. It influences many aspects of health, from energy levels and mood to bone health. When testosterone levels dip too low, it can cause a cascade of issues that affect overall well-being. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, can sometimes be suggested in these cases, but like any treatment, it must be approached with caution. Hormone therapy requires careful monitoring by a doctor, as it can have serious risks, including increasing the likelihood of heart disease or other complications. Balancing testosterone is about more than restoring sexual function. It's about ensuring the entire body is functioning optimally, because testosterone affects so much more than closeness alone. But perhaps the most important part of this entire conversation, one that can't be emphasized enough, is the role of communication within the couple. Often the pressure to perform sexually doesn't just rest on the man's shoulders, it can affect the couple as a whole. Expectations, fears, and misunderstandings can create a barrier to closeness, and that's why open, honest conversations are crucial. Talking about your feelings, worries, and what you both want from your intimate relationship can help relieve some of that pressure. There's nothing more liberating than knowing that you and your partner are on the same page, working together toward a shared sense of connection. It's also essential to redefine what sexual satisfaction means. It's not just about how often you're intimate or how long it lasts. What matters is the emotional connection and the pleasure that you both share. As we mature, closeness evolves. It might not look the same as it did in your 20s or 30s, but that doesn't make it any less fulfilling. It can become even more meaningful. Caresses, tenderness, loving gestures, and deep mutual understanding can bring about a kind of closeness that transcends the physical. These are the moments that truly enrich a relationship, fostering closeness in ways that go beyond what happens in the bedroom. In this stage of life, closeness can be just as powerful and rewarding as it was in your youth, perhaps even more, so because it's built on a foundation of shared experiences, trust, and mutual respect. You learn that love and closeness don't have to be rushed. They can be savored. Whether it's a lingering touch, a meaningful conversation, or simply being present with your partner, these moments are what create lasting bonds. Closeness in maturity is about embracing each other fully, knowing that the connection you share is deeper than any one moment or experience. It's about the love, the understanding, and the comfort you bring into each other's lives. Ultimately, whether it's through medical treatments, lifestyle changes, or open communication, the goal is to create a space where both partners feel valued, understood, and connected. There's no one-size-fits-all solution to the challenges that come with aging and closeness, but the journey can lead to a deeper, more profound connection with your partner. At the end of the day, it's not about perfection. It's about finding joy, closeness, and satisfaction in each other, in whatever form that may take. For those who prefer a more natural and non-invasive approach, there are also physical devices like vacuum pumps, which offer an alternative to medication. These devices may sound a bit unconventional at first, but they can be incredibly effective for many men who find other treatments unsuitable or ineffective. How do they work? Essentially, the device creates a vacuum around the genital area, which increases blood flow and helps create an erection. It's a straightforward process, but one that can make a world of difference for couples who are seeking solutions. While it might not be the most glamorous option on the surface, the results often speak for themselves. Many couples find these devices to be a reliable and effective way to maintain closeness, especially when medications may be off the table due to other health concerns like heart conditions or interactions with other drugs. It's also important to recognize that erection problems are not something anyone should face alone. So often men feel the weight of this issue pressing down on them, and they may hesitate to reach out for help due to feelings of shame, embarrassment, or fear. But please know this: you are not alone. Millions of men around the world are dealing with the same struggles, and there is no reason to suffer in silence. The first and most important step is to seek support. This might mean talking to a sexual therapist who can guide you through the emotional and psychological aspects of erection problems, or consulting with a doctor who can provide medical insight and advice. It may even mean joining a support group, where you can connect with others who understand what you're going through. The key is to realize that you don't have to navigate this journey by yourself. There's help out there, and it's okay to ask for it. Sexual health is a vital component of our overall well-being, and it's something that deserves attention and care. It affects not just your body, but your mind and spirit as well. Addressing erection problems is about more than just the mechanics of sex. It's about reclaiming your confidence, your joy, and your connection with your partner. It's about taking control of your health and your happiness. When you seek the right help, whether medical or therapeutic, you're investing in your quality of life. and that's something incredibly powerful. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please write 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now there's one crucial message I want to leave you with. Erection problems in older age are not the end of a fulfilling sexual life. Far from it. With the correct information, the willingness to communicate openly with your partner, and the support of compassionate professionals, you can continue to enjoy a deeply satisfying and meaningful intimate life. As we mature, our approach to sexuality might change, but that doesn't mean it has to lose its richness or depth. Many people find that their intimate lives become even more rewarding as they age, because they've learned to prioritize emotional connection, communication, and shared pleasure over the superficial standards of youth. Mature sexuality is different. Yes, but in many ways it can be even more rewarding because it is grounded in experience, trust, and a deep understanding of yourself and your partner. Don't let society's narrow definitions of closeness dictate your own experience. What truly matters is the connection, the love, and the shared moments of closeness you create with your partner. Remember, sexual well-being is an integral part of overall well-being. Your physical and emotional health are interconnected, and caring for both will lead to a more fulfilling life in every sense. Here at Healthy Living Today, we're dedicated to helping you navigate these topics with the respect, dignity, and knowledge you deserve. We are not alone on this journey, and with the right attitude, the right information, and the right support, you can continue to live a vibrant, joyful, and deeply intimate life, no matter your age. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed today. What have you learned about maintaining a fulfilling and meaningful intimate life as we age? We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share one key takeaway that resonated with you, and let us know how you plan to bring that insight into your own life. Whether it's prioritizing open communication, exploring new solutions for closeness, or simply changing your mindset, we'd love to see how this knowledge can empower you. If you like this video, please leave your comment below. We're eager to read your thoughts, and don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with others who might benefit, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content on sexual health, closeness, and well-being. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you.